Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? 30 minutes of extemporised wit, impromptu wisdom, and when things go wrong, totally unfeigned embarrassment. But trying tonight, we have Richard Kaplan, American comedian, bringing us the excitement of Chicago improvisation all the way from his home in Los Angeles. Griff Rhys-Jones, who for my money remains the funniest man on British TV's Alas, Smith & Jones, who isn't called Smith. And then, returning to this programme for perhaps his third or fourth visit, Paul Merton, whose radiant smiling face and cheery grin we have yet to see. And finally, the battler of Largs himself, John Sessions, clearly destined for fame and fortune once he throws off his natural diffidence and shyness. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. All right. Right. OK. Now, the first game is called Authors. The idea of this is the contestants have each come along with the style of a famous author in mind, and I'm going to get them to tell a story using that famous author's style. So if you'd like to come forward ready to tell a story. And, Richard, can you tell us which author you selected?
Raymond Chandler.
Raymond Chandler, jolly good. Griff?
Milton.
Milton. That'll be John Milton, I should imagine, rather than...
Yeah.
Not Milton Keynes or anything like that. Paul?
Sunday Sport.
Sunday Sport. Does that have an author? Yes, I suppose it must do. John?
Friedrich Nietzsche.
Friedrich Nietzsche. Right. Now, and what we'd like is the title of a story, please. Could somebody suggest the title of a story?
Kurt Waldheim's War Diaries.
Sorry?
Kurt Waldheim's War Diaries.
Kurt Waldheim's War Diaries. Well, I hope that's all right.
Excellent.
Is he still alive? Can he sue? I should think that's all right.
Is that what we're going to do?
Yes.
Sorry.
You're not happy with that?
No, that's fine, yeah.
No, yeah. Milton used to write a lot about that sort of thing. Not that Kurt Waldheim was there, but then he wasn't in the war either. So, OK, if you can manage that, on you go.
It was an early morning. I had just polished off my second bottle of gin and my third pack of cigarettes, and it was only 9 o'clock. A little German guy walked in. I could tell by his accent. He was looking funny. I offered him gin. He didn't take it. That made me really suspicious.
Thus spake the Yank. As when a mighty whistling roar across the high mountains far from the coast of Scylla and Charybdis, and like a mighty whinging adamantine rock, the figure of the little crouch on a simple stool.
Kurt Waldheim. Is he really Elvis Presley? We do know for a fact that he's living on the moon and that he's just given birth to an olive. This much is pure fact.
Fact, fiction, it was all reality to me. I just recovered from my third nervous breakdown in Baden-Baden when somebody gave me the idea that these fishing philosophers, these high and dry and mighty philosophers, thought of everything. I found a book. A book it was by a man called Waldheim. He lived in one country and said he was in another. That's what I would do. I would be in one country and think that I was indeed in another.
Run again.
What else could I do? The German was desperate. He stood in my office, refusing my gin and cigarettes. I took him on the road. Out.
A road so long that length, if it were as short as time itself, long would it not be that it was so long.
Can you see a picture of Hitler in this shredded wheat?
The true Godhead was not, as I thought, in infinity, but infinity, in a book, filled, firm, and solid. There it was, indeed. In my mind it was, beating and throbbing there to the high Zarathustra, lower down to the earth. Ecce homo, there the book. Ecce homo, there Waldheim.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, I can't distinguish any of the contestants there, so I'll give double points to Richard Kaplan. 20 points to him, 10 each to everybody else. Now, the next game is called Film and Theatre Styles. The contestants will be acting in pairs, improvising a scene which I'll be giving them in a moment, starting with Paul and Richard. So can you come forward, ready? And we'll be cutting in with different styles for them to switch into, as and when we feel like it. So can we have a few film and theatre styles that you might be able to suggest for us? Monty Python, OK. Science fiction? Oh, we have horror quite a lot. What's that? Spaghetti Western? Kung Fu? What was that?
Russian constructivist cinema in the 1920s.
Yeah. 1920s, you got that?
Can you be more specific? Is that like pre-1923 or after 1921?
All right, now the scene we'd like to improvise is a big businessman buying out a little sandwich shop or sandwich seller. So if you'd like to be the big businessman.
Listen, I see enormous potential here in sandwiches.
Well,
So you're gonna fall through the net. You're the little guy. It's the big guys who do good in the end, so don't worry about it there, fella.
This has been my life. These tomatoes and cheeses, they're like friends to me.
Tomatoes, cheeses, give me a pastrami, give me a rye, give me a roll.
Spaghetti Western.
Do you want that with bolognese? Brown or white?
If you cut my sandwich, I'll have to cut you.
I've got a fistful of ham here.
I'll pay, I've got a fistful of dollars.
Monty Python.
Oh! The ham! Yes, this is an ex-ham sandwich. I took this ham sandwich away from this shop less than an hour ago.
No!
Yes!
Say it isn't so!
I won't. This is an ex-ham sandwich.
Horror.
My God, the ham! It's crawling up your arm!
Oh, John! Damn it! Get it off! Get it off! Kill it! Kill it! Oh! Oh!
Okay. All right. Yes, well, very good, very good. So 37 points each there. Now we go on to Griff and John. You'd like to come forward ready for your situation. Another few styles for them to go.
Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller, oh yes, we haven't had him for... So, Video Nasty, Hitchcock.
I'll give you
Sorry.
a couple of sentences. You'll pick up the
Laurel and Hardy, jolly... Well, it's what... 100... What's one run around here? A whodunit and Swedish erotica. Which you could combine, couldn't you? I mean, who'd done it to everybody? Kitchens, that'll do. Now, OK, so your situation is, if you would, John explaining... Can't read my own writing. Yes, I know. John, you're explaining to Griff how to operate the nuclear button. You're in charge of the nuclear button, and Griff is taking over for a holiday a couple of weeks while you're away.
Okay.
You do it quicker than my explanation, you'll be doing very
sure,
well.
okay, right.
OK, where you go?
Okay, Jack, you come over here. You come
Well, over here, right over here?
Right
You
here.
stand on, okay.
Assume the position
Wait
over
a minute,
there.
hang on, I just got to get that
No,
together.
come on,
No,
Mac,
it's all right,
here.
okay, right, yeah.
There's the button, there's
There's
the
the
Zevon
button.
D.
Is this the button? What, just the
No,
one
no,
in the
not that
sorry,
one there.
No.
That one plays your favorite Wurlitzer songs. But
Oh,
that one there
right.
will blow up the Russians, the Chinese.
All right, Laurel and Hardy.
Well,
It's quite simple. All you have to do is to be funny slowly. The button is there for you to press. You still there?
Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller.
I did see the button. The button was there in
What
the
are you
midnight.
talking about the button all the time? It's just the button, the button, the button.
Ah, when
There's
I was-
nothing wrong with that
I'm
button.
not
If you just wanted, if you're done thinking yourself, it's been so low,
You don't
so
understand.
down, you could press that button just like that.
You're always arguing in the kitchen. You should understand what I'm saying to you. I'm your father. I was an actor. I could cut you through like a knife. There you are. You're coming along there. You know nothing about pressing buttons. I do.
Who done
Don't
it?
you press the button.
Jeannie.
Don't pressing the button.
Yeah. And Swedish erotica.
Well, you know, that is my button. I'd like you to press it.
Would you really? I think maybe I should get you underneath the table. First, you lick my feet. Lick my feet, each toe that twiddles here between my sensuous buttons.
Oh, that is something I would really like to do.
Then, get yourself down, groovy daddy O, and
if I
lick my
may,
toe.
thank you.
Lick my toe, and then you press the button.
Thank you, that'll do. Okay. All right. Ooh. Well, 86 each there. So let's now go on to the next round, which is called World's Worst, and everybody has to take part in this again, so come to the World's Worst step, if you would. And the idea of this is they just have to think of as many different examples of the world's worst person to be President of the United States of America. And you just portray that, and I'll buzz you as soon as I've got the idea of that. So away you go. Any order?
Hi, I'm George Bush.
Hi, I'm Michael Dukakis.
I, Lee Harvey Oswald.
And wait a minute, don't be put off by the funny blemish on my head.
Hi, I'm Mike Smith. I'm running for president.
Hi, I'm Earl Jones of Earl Jones Ford. I've sold more Fords than anybody in Texas. I can correct our trade imbalances like that.
President Bernard Manning here.
Oh. There's more? They were so good the way it was, Paul.
Hello, so here he is, and he's got sooty dirt in the ball deck. No. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yo, I think I was so successful with the Rambo films. I deserve a chance to lead the country because I look good with muscle oil on.
Is that it?
That's it for me.
I'm a bad actor, too. Hello, I'm Griff. So at least if you get assassinated, you've got to...
Okay. Well, while I work out the scores of that, we go away for an advertising break, and I speak very quickly to try and catch up the man who has to play in the signature tune at this point. Go. Well, 10 points each for each of those adverts. Now, the next game is called Props, and they divide into pairs again for this game, and I'm going to give this prop to, first of all, John and Griff. So, John and Griff have got to come up with as many different ways of using this prop as possible. And Paul and Richard, you have this prop, and you at the same time are coming up with as many different examples for that. And we buzz between the two, as usual. The more ideas, the longer it goes on for, the longer we have to wait for the next round. So, Griff and John, you start.
Oh,
Go.
my God.
Yes?
Are we off? Yeah. Oh,
Hello, we're the Bill and Ben Puppet Company. Here's Ben.
And here's little Wee.
Yes, it's the world's largest donut, but I'm not put off by it. Just give me a gallon of coffee, I should be able to get it done.
Right, Jones, this is a very, very obscure public school with that, and I understand you've got a little bit of indigestion, so you have to
no,
just turn
sir.
over and...
I'm afraid this is all that's left of your wife.
And there we are, by the end of the week. You really will have two absolutely gazonkas.
Thank you very much.
Get aboard, we set sail any minute. Come on, get on board.
Okay, come on, game this way.
If you're at home and you're bored and you've got no fun or anything, make your own Dalek. Get an old sink plunger and wander around like a git.
Do you get bored at Christmas? Why not buy a foam rubber bum?
Hello, you've seen me do my wobbling plate in the air like this. I can make it go upside down as well.
It's all the rage in Paris.
Have you ever been in a science fiction movie?
No.
Well, you have now.
Oh, right. Probably funny, isn't it?
Navigator, I see a gap in the clouds.
Thank you. Thank you. That was indescribably good, so 5 points each. Now, the next game is called Remote Control. The idea of this is each of the contestants is playing the part of a different television programme, which is on at the same time, and I flick from channel to channel with my remote controller. So if you'd like to come forward ready to play your different stations. Richard, I'd like you to be playing an American game show host. Griff, you're doing One Man and His Dog. Paul, an American cop show. And John, Noggin the Nog. OK? So can you just lob between that? But strangely enough, each of these programmes is dealing with the same sort of topic, and I'd like that to be supplied for us now. So you can think of a general topic they could... Sorry? Lust. No, hang on. Don't go mad. Something a little more specific than lust, and not as specific as Norwegian lumberjacks. Sorry? Terry and Jude. Is that a subject, a proper subject for... Video, no, that's too tight to television. Just a topic, some sort of topic. Traffic. Was that traffic? Traffic, that sounds very good. I'm glad you came. OK, Joanne, I'll lob around just randomly. I'll start with you, Paul, please.
It was just another day in an ordinary life down at the police station. It was about 2:30 in the afternoon when I realized that it was 2:30 in the afternoon. The traffic outside was getting louder and louder. It seemed that the guys out there were driving with microphones in their exhaust pipes.
John.
And Noggin and von Ogson found the contraflow. They sat there for an hour. And had their tea and thought and chatted and looked. And Graculus the green bird was caught way, way up high up in the Yorkshire moors, maybe on the M6. And down they came again, happy and sad and happy. There the sea, blue beside them. The
Richard.
Hi, welcome to Crash, the show where we reward the person who has the most horrific automobile accident. Last week, John Smith from New York City advanced to the next round when he severed his legs running his Ford off a bridge.
Griff. John.
And Nuka and Noggin sat in the traffic for hours. You're always sitting in the bleeding traffic, aren't you, Noggin? Said Nuka. Yes, we are. And then they went round the roundabout, up to the cold north, by the Bleacher beacons. Further away they went.
Griff.
Thanks very much. Luton, please.
Paul.
Nuneaton. We wanted a photo fit picture of Nuneaton to try and match it up with other areas that we'd arrested during the night.
Griff. Richard.
No, I'm sorry, Mary Smith. You'll be penalized for wearing a safety belt and not being thoroughly intoxicated while you ran our course. But no matter, we have some parting gifts, a case of Valvoline motor oil and a lifetime subscription to Crash Magazine.
Right, thank you very much. Thank you. OK. Right. Oh, dear. I think 49 points to everybody on that particular round. Now, Party Quirks matches Paul Merton against the rest. We also play this game with Paul when he's on. Paul's going to be playing the host of a party, and the others will be playing guests arriving at that party, but each of them has been allocated a strange physical or mental quirk, which they can see by looking in the envelopes which are in front of them. Careful not to show it to Paul. And the idea of the game is that Paul improvises the party, and they improvise their quirks, and he has to guess them. OK, so Paul, do you want to come down and improvise away? The others will come in from round that side there, please. And I'll ring a doorbell noise to signal you coming in. OK, so we're starting with Richard, then Griff, then John. You started, is that your party improvisation already? Ooh. Looks very impressive.
Hello, Richard, come in.
Listening device.
Yes, it's my telephone.
I think there was...
That's a looking device over there. That's my television set.
Don't trust him.
No,
Don't trust him at all.
Well, no, can I give you something? Would you like some wine or some beer, perhaps?
Yeah.
Help yourself.
I'll
I
help
just must,
myself.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good.
How are you? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, bad boy. He's a naughty boy today, you know. I said you're a naughty boy, aren't you? I'm a naughty boy. You're a naughty boy, aren't you? You're a naughty boy. I'm a naughty boy. I'm a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy. What a naughty boy he is. He's a naughty boy.
Hello, come in.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello, that's right. Greet one. What's this? What's this doing in here?
It's lager.
Don't drink it.
No, we
No,
keep
you're
it-
just paranoid. That's the trouble with you.
No, I know better. It's an espionage trick.
You CIA people all the same.
That beer might
CIA.
self-destruct at any minute.
No,
getting
beer.
warm.
No, we keep these outside. We keep these in the garden because our excretory systems are now so small we can just do it in that.
He said his excretory system.
You're a ventriloquist, aren't you?
Yes, that'll do it.
Yeah,
He's a
okay.
bad ventriloquist, yes. Only two more to do.
What's this?
It's a button on my...
A button. That's right.
I think it's a listening device. I spoke to Barney earlier. Place is wired to the gills. I've got bad problems.
You work for the Thames Water Authority, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Getting very close. You've got 10 seconds to get these two.
It's only a cover.
Paul.
Yeah, you're an espionage man.
Yes, I am.
Are you
You're a
finding
kind of
this
sort of secret agent, aren't you? You're...
Yes, and I'm a good friend of Peter Graves, and he told me to watch out for this.
Yes, for Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Do you mean to say that you don't break these down now and use them as contraceptives?
No, not the Twiglets, no, we just...
That's the end there, Paul. I'm sorry I didn't get there. Any last guess for what John is?
No, I don't know.
The future?
The future.
Yes, that's the thing I was leading you away from.
Oh, I see.
Thank you very much, Paul.
I'm just being thick, aren't I?
I don't know, we keep...
The future.
Well, I don't know. It's very difficult to score that one. I think 15 points for the improvisers and none again for Paul Merton. And I was going to give you a bonus for not mentioning Twiglets this week, but you blew it just at the end, so...
In doubt, go for the Twiglets laugh.
Right, well, that brings us to the end of the show, and just totalling up the points, I see that, for the first time we've got a draw. So it's a draw between Griff and John, Griff Rhys-Jones and John Sessions, so well done. And the prize for winning on this programme is to get to read the credits out in the style of my choosing, and I'd like John to do it in the style of Griff Rhys-Jones, and Griff Rhys-Jones to do it as himself. So it just remains for me to thank Richard Kaplan, Griff Rhys-Jones, Paul Merton and John Sessions. Thank you, the studio audience. As me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night. Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And tonight we're looking forward to more than our fair share of fun, interest, excitement and entertainment. But first we must record the programme, and on this week we have from America Mike McShane, a very talented writer, comedian, actor and winner of the Southern California All-Comers Cyril Smith Lookalike Contest. From the Comedy Store Players, Josie Lawrence, who on previous weeks has demonstrated her astounding singing, acting and ad-libbing abilities. Tonight I'm sure she'll be moving on to piano playing, juggling and unicycling. Next, Tony Slattery, who has also made several appearances in this show, which have led to an immediate success for him in the form of an appearance on this week's show. And finally, John Sessions, a man of many parts, most of which he'll be using in the course of the programme tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right. Now, the first game is called Authors, so if the contestants could come down to the authorised position for that, they've got to come along with the style of a famous author in mind. Give them the title in just a moment of a story to tell. But Mike, what's the name of your author?
Louis L'Amour.
Louis L'Amour, sort of Western pulp writer, that kind of thing, yes. Josie?
The Brothers Grimm, fairy tales.
Brothers Grimm fairy tales, yes. Those Brothers Grimm, right. And Tony?
My author is Dr. Alex Comfort, who wrote the best-selling Joy of Sex.
Yes. What an unusual choice for you, Tony. And John.
William Faulkner.
William Faulkner, right, back on solid ground there. Now, a title for a story for those authors to tell.
I went to the toilet.
I'm sorry. Your private life doesn't really concern us, but can we have a usable title for those authors to tell?
Night of the Crumpet.
Sorry?
Night of the Crumpet.
Night of the Crumpet. We're in charge of the public here. It's all improvised, as that very bad title demonstrates. Now, let's start with you, Mike.
Roadkill, Texas was a lawless town, but it had one baker, Tex Amerstein. He was the best baker in all of Roadkill, but he had a problem. He'd run out of whole wheat flour, and that made him a dangerous man.
One night when Tex lay in bed, a little elf called Putitzel landed on his bedside table. If you want to get some wheat flour, you have to journey many, many, many miles to the land where the Knight of the Crumpet lives.
The elf was little, but of course size doesn't matter.
The verification of the delineation of the hope of the answer to the ding-dong, bing-bang, bash of hope, coming down now deeper into the forest of his resourcefulness. Down there into the sanctuary, the butter dripped fall down into the crumpet falling lower and lower, driving deeper into the south. The Yoknapatawpha County of her deep deliberateness, the butter dipping, dripping, and deeper and deeper.
Tex said enough of this crap, you little fairy. Draw spatulas and let's bake. So he popped open his camper oven and they went at it. Well, the little fairy was quick, but not quick enough. Tex whipped out a couple of the best tasting crumpets that he ever seen in his life. Smeared some honey buck jelly on it and passed it to him. He says, "Put that on for size, you pointy-eared little fruit."
This made the elf very angry. So he decided to lock the baker up in an ivory tower. One night, the Knight of the Crumpet came and shouted, "Baker, baker, let down your crumpets." He climbed up the juicy, buttery crumpets and dropped inside, where he saw the baker all alone, sitting there very sad. When are you going to buzz the...
Yes, the baker was alone, and there's nothing wrong with solitary sexual experience either. Let me tell you, in terms of...
The toast was rising now, higher and higher into the hope of happiness. Down now, down again into the sanctuary, the deep, voluptuous sanctuary of his lechery. There inside, the hope denying, the hope reliving again, revivifying all hope in the answer to the improbability of the indefatigable hope of the answer of the improbable. The butter would come, and down would go the toast, and Holy Ghost and all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's it. Well, I'll give 15 points to everybody apart from Tony Slattery. I'll give 2 because sizes and everything. Now, the next game is called Film and Theatre Styles. They divide into pairs for this game, and we start with Josie and Mike. So, can you come forward? In Film and Theatre Styles, I'm going to give them a situation to improvise in just a moment. But we'd like a list of film and theatre styles that we can switch into. So, anyone got any suggestions for a...
Film noir.
Sorry? Film noir. We have had that before, but why not? Sorry? Russ Meyer. I don't think we've had that. Doctor Who? One more, maybe. Gilbert and Sullivan. Oh, Gilbert and Sullivan fan. Oh, or was it another style you were demonstrating? Clap films or something? What could that be? I don't know. Oh, so the situation is, I'd like to start with one of you is a wife who is trying to murder her husband. So one of you is a wife, one of you is a husband, and that's the situation for you. Just do it as normal for the beginning, and then I'll come in with a style in a moment.
I've made a cup of tea for you, dear.
Oh, good. Where are my razor blades?
Oh, your razor blades. You ran out. They were all blunt. I went to the chemist and got some more.
Good.
You better drink your tea while it's still hot.
Oh, that is hot. I spilled it in the sink. Excuse me.
Never mind, dear. Come and have some stew. It's lovely stew. It's got beautiful beautiful pieces of beef in it.
Russ Meyer.
Sure, I like beef. Come on, baby. You know, when I picked you up at that damn truck stop...
Tell me about it, Big Daddy.
You passion flower, I'm gonna pull your stamens and mount your pistols till you fire off everything, baby. Let's get on my Harley here and ride and go on a tri-state murder spree that's never happened before.
Yes, why don't you get on your bike, but watch the brakes down.
Film noir.
Cigarette?
Thanks. I took the cigarette daintily from the case. It was silver, with the head of a wolf on the top of it, with its mouth still open. Inside that was the lighter.
Here, let me light it for you.
Suddenly I felt very warm. Pain coursing up my body. Suddenly I felt like a Buddhist monk. I felt like going in the lotus position, but that wasn't good enough. Baby, you can put me on fire, but you can't stomp me out. You're not the kind of woman for it. What I need is a real woman. And so, burning like the night of the pestle himself, I went into the bar.
Well, it should be Doctor Who. We better make it Star Wars.
Hubby Wankinobi, please forgive me. I didn't mean to set you on fire. I don't want to kill you. It's the people inside my head, from the planet Ihar.
The planet Ihar, full of the many fish-headed people that have come to this planet to suck up all the salt out of the sea. I know they've been controlling your brain.
They have been controlling my brain, my life, even my lipstick. Look.
Quickly, let me draw my pork saber.
Okay, let's end on Gilbert and Sullivan.
That's a mighty fine lipstick case you have, a mighty fine case indeed.
Oh, husband, thank you very much. Come sit near me, will you? I don't mean to kill you. I don't mean to kill you.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Why is the Doberman in my bed? He's gonna kill me and break my head.
That is true.
Okay.
I don't mean to kill you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good. All right. Yes. Very, very good. And for the first time, I'm able to award the maximum 83.5 marks for that particular improvisation. So we now go on to John and Tony. So if you'd like to come forward. Some more Stiles, please, for them to... Restoration. Oh, we've had that at 9 times. Escape movie. Jolly good. Magic Roundabout, yeah.
Stock exchange information.
Yeah. Yes, too silly. Now, the improvisation we'd like you to do is, Tony, you're having a dinner party and you have to pop next door to a neighbour to borrow some coffee. Pretty bizarre, eh? So, if you could start off doing that in no particular style, and then we'll rush into some styles in just a moment.
Hi, I need some very sophisticated coffee.
I'm sorry, I don't touch coffee, I just touch the air.
You're doing Tai Chi, aren't you?
No, I'm just a wanker, that's all.
You're the very person we need to make up the numbers. Why don't you come next door? I'm not a homosexual.
Documentary. It's particularly, what was it? Stock exchange information film.
Of course, the price of coffee can rise and can fall, and here to talk about that is John Sessions.
Thanks, Jack. Coffee is a major problem in the world at the moment, insofar as you're better off in guilt. If, of course, you do drink the guilt, of course, you have a likelihood of turning into maybe an Aztec, insofar as they swallowed a lot of gold all those centuries ago, Mike.
All right, getting a bit into too much like Gold Blend there, and we'll go into Escape Movie. Did we have that suggested? Escape Movie?
The plan's this.
I don't want to hear your plan, Brett.
Oh, so you're American, are you?
Yeah, goddamn right I am, huh? You know what, God Save the Queen and all that? Adolf is laughing at you, man, you know?
You Texans think you're so bloody spunky, well, you're not.
I'm not from Texas. I was born in Melton Mowbray. You know that?
I don't want to know about your flashy American new towns. We got to tunnel underneath the plantation and get all the coffee. It's simple.
You want the tunnel? You dig it, right?
Why don't we end on an old favourite, Restoration?
Faith! Why, my lord, I was just walking in Ranelagh, but 3 hours ago a sniff through the nostrils came to my ear, and my nose indeed there, Faith Meadow, she is coming close with her coffee beans dancing in the air, and I will be lower into her cup. my lord.
So says me lady politic bumhole.
Here she would come now. She would walk through the garden. She would bring a spindle of a wickedness close into thy heart. Come, draw it in. Art thou with us, madam? Wilt thou take coffee with thee, or would I bring tea into thy heart and there bring happiness? You know my lord Lovewit? He is a clever, pretty nobleman. He drinks coffee, tea, and also, when he is weird, herbal tea and chamomile. Say on.
Rather would I spike thy blongy... What?
Do not spike my billabongy blongy with thy Australians. It's not yet discovered.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right.
Sorry about that.
Oh, dear. Well, yes, 72 points to John and 3 to Tony. You're leaving it all to do, Tony, this week. Now we're going to play a game called The World's Worst. You'd like to come forward onto the world's worst step here, and this is a quick fire round, and they've each of them got to come and think up of many examples of the world's worst person to be coming forward to receive an Oscar. So I'll buzz you when I've got the idea of each of your ideas. So go ahead now.
Your Royal Highness.
I'd just like to say it's about time you son of a bitches gave me an award.
I think the most exciting thing about this award is that it looks just like a director stark naked.
I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this award, so I'm going to club myself to death with it right here. I want to...
Thank you so much for giving me this award after all these years. I'd like to thank everybody I know, really. It begins in 1905.
I'd just like to say to my co-star Helena that she's a talentless bitch.
I thought I was going to get an Oscar, right? And I got that stupid bint from Goldfinger with a paint on her.
I'd like to thank Alan and Terry, and most I'd like to thank Bill, who helped me so much during the shooting.
I waited so long for this award, and it makes me want to sing.
My name is Chief Simon Bearclaw, and I'm accepting this award and throwing it in the trash for the actor who told me that the whales are trapped under the ice still. While whales are still trapped under the ice like frozen food, no white man or Indian can accept the award.
Thank you so much for this award. I really like it. Where's his Willie?
Any more?
Guess where I've hidden my award?
It took a lot doing this film. David Putnam was very important in conceiving the picture, and it affected us a lot. Oscar and I have been talking together for quite a while now. He comes to me in the night. He does, honestly.
Having Tourette's syndrome has not stopped me from achieving this award as a screenplay writer, although the collaboration process didn't stop me at all.
I have to interrupt there. Thank you.
Good idea.
Well, I'll work out the points for that next round. See you again in a couple of minutes, or for those watching on video in a couple of seconds. Bye. Well, I welcome you back with the exciting news that I'm awarding 23 points to everybody for that last game. Now, we next get to a game called Remote Control. The idea of this game is that I'm sitting at home watching the television and flicking between the 4 channels and finding on each of the channels one of our contestants. And Mike, can you be doing an episode of Miami Vice? In fact, can you come forward, in fact, all of you? And Mike, can you be doing an episode of Miami Vice? Josie Treasure Hunt. You ever watch that? Good. And Tony, Game for a Laugh. And John Floyd on Fish. Okay? But bizarrely, all of these programs are all dealing with the same topic. So can we have a suggestion for a topic that could be... Hedgehogs. Yes, a very good suggestion. Very popular animal, hedgehogs. Not normally for television programs, but do you have hedgehogs in America?
Yes, we do.
Yes, good. Just like probably bigger than over here. Okay, so I'll just be flipping around from channel to channel, starting with you, Tony.
But what he didn't know was that we injected his hedgehog with sodium pentothal. So it was completely dead. Let's see how he gets on when he steps on it.
John.
I'm sick and tired of there's all these attitudes around the country that nobody can eat a hedgehog. A hedgehog is yummy. It's absolutely... It's absolutely splendid. It's a lovely type of food.
Mike.
Come out of the hole, man. Come out of the hole. Come on. You know we're gonna give you a break. All that grain you ate, well, forget it. You just do 9 to 5 at the petting zoo, okay?
Hello, Annika. The clue is you will find the hedgehog in the bottom of the barrel in the corner.
Oh, that means it might be in the bottom of the barrel in the corner! I got it! I got it!
John.
Hedgehogs are marvellous with button, but to show how wonderful they are, how nobody can think that tomorrow creeps on their petty pace and all that rubbish. With my friend now, the friend here is called Tony Banks. He's come all the way from East London. He's actually a hedgehog, and I'm going to chuck him right in the pan now. This is one.
Mike.
I'm back with you, man. Come on out. Come on out, man. Come here. You little furry guy. You think you're bad? Let me rub you up against my face. There you go. Now you're talking.
Tony.
So, not only is the hedgehog drugged and dead, we also disguised it as a tampon.
Josie, please.
The clue!
John.
And this hedgehog is just fresh. It's still alive. No, it's dead. Then it goes straight in the pan, boiling all over it. And I drink and I'm on.
Thank you very much. We'll end remote control there. Thank you. What's that? All right. Okay. All right, now 45 points everyone on that round. Now, this next round is called American Musical. The idea of this is all 4 competitors improvise a musical based on the life of somebody or bodies in the studio audience tonight, with the assistance of Richard Vranch of the Comedy Store Players. So I'll just go and find somebody on whose life we can base this musical. And I think I'll come to you. I don't know why. Now, what's your name?
My name's Simon.
Your name's Simon. Jolly good, Simon. And where do you come from, Simon?
London.
London?
Finchley.
London Finchley? Yeah, as opposed to London, England. Right. Now, I wonder if you give me something that's happened to your life on a Thursday.
I've played football.
You played football. Jolly good. Playing football. And I come to you. What's your name?
Phil.
Phil.
Yeah.
Something's happened to you on a Wednesday.
Yes, I've been stopped by the police.
Stopped by the police? Not from playing football, I hope?
Absolutely
not. And your name, can I ask you?
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Lawrence. Fair enough, Lawrence. No, this is a perfectly good name.
I hope so.
I should imagine. Where do you come from, Lawrence?
France.
France. And has anything happened to you either in France or in England on a Tuesday?
On a Tuesday?
Yes.
I woke up.
You woke up?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's the 3 things for the American musical. Waking up, playing football, and what was the other one?
Stopped by the police.
And stopped by the police. Away you go.
Good morning, honey.
Good morning, darling.
Oh, I'm still tired. I had a bad dream.
Did you? What did you dream about?
Oh, you know, the same thing I dreamt about last time I had a dream. I dreamt I saw you in a lawn, a pitch, something green. It was obscene. And yet each side there was a net.
That's funny, because I have the same dream. I had big shoulder pads.
Even bigger than you have now, do you?
They were huge, and a helmet on my head, and it was painted a very bright red, and I was running. I was running, and I had a small pig in my hand.
A pig in your hand.
Except its belly was sewn shut, and I passed it, and I went, hut, 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 I threw it.
Darling, you know what you've done? You've just created American football.
Thank God!
Hi, darling.
I got a bit of bad news, I'm afraid.
What?
Tell us.
Boy, have I had a day when I tell you it's gonna blow your minds away.
Tell me the rest. Come to my breast.
Well, I was just walking down the street. I was on my way to luncheon when I was stopped by a policeman. and he abused me with his truncheon.
Did he beat you?
He beat me.
Did he whack you?
He whacked me.
Did he make you drop your pants?
No.
Rise and shine, right?
Yeah, Larry,
Yeah,
that's
good morning.
right.
Hey.
Tom, you're always so happy.
It's because I'm mentally deficient.
Mentally deficient.
That's it.
Although you're quite efficient at some things, isn't he, boys?
I don't know why.
Fantastic!
Hey, get out of here.
We think you're great.
We think you're the best.
We think you're smashing.
We think you're great.
We think you're wonderful. A microcephalic morning call.
You're great.
Hey, you're going to my head, guys. Oh, not feeling too good.
Oh, yeah, I just remembered. I got tuberculosis.
That's great news.
Well, let's end on that. Thank you. Well, okay. Well, I'll award 1,000 points to everybody in that last game, which totaling up means that Mike McShane has won this week's programme. Well done, Mike. And the prize for winning is to get to read the credits out in a style of my choosing, and I think I'll get you to do it in the style of James Stewart, I think. So it all remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Josie Lawrence, Tony Slattery, John Sessions, Richard Ranch, you, the studio audience. So this is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night. Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation programme in which anything can happen, but usually doesn't unless it's off camera or too late. But forming the brigade of guards in the Battle of Wits tonight, we have first of all Stephen Fry, the writer, actor, comedian and egghead, once described as a Renaissance man by somebody with a very poor idea of which century we're living in. Then Josie Lawrence, once described as a Renaissance man by somebody with a very poor eye. Next, N. Rytell, who shot to overnight success as TV's Lucky Jim in the 1970s, has been solidly in and out of work as an actor and impersonator ever since. And finally, John Sessions, who, as far as this show is concerned, is absolutely irreplaceable. And goodness knows we've tried. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Now, the first game is called Authors, and each of the contestants has come along with a famous author in mind, ready to tell a story in that author's style. So try to come forward to the author's position, right down there. Now, Stephen, which author have you selected for tonight?
Well, it's the 1001 Arabian Nights.
1001 Arabian Nights. We don't know the name of the author.
Work of many hands.
Work of many hands,
right.
Yes. Avoiding that temptation. Josie.
Mary Shelley.
Mary Shelley, yes, jolly good. N.
Dashiell Hammett.
Dashiell Hammett, why not? And John.
Frank Richards.
Frank Richards, the Billy Bunter man.
That's the one.
Yes, jolly good. Right, now what we need is a title for a story, please. So if somebody in the audience could suggest a title for a story for them to tell, to improvise.
The Day I Became a Merchant Banker.
The Day I Became a Merchant Banker. So it's an autobiographical piece from the gentleman in the audience there. So, Stephen, starting on our buzz when we move on to the next one. The Day I Became a Merchant Banker.
Once, oh, olive of my dreams, there was a certain merchant travelling between Isfahan and Basra, who lost his way. Not such a certain merchant, after all, a rather uncertain merchant. Oh, stiff-thighed child of my hopes. This merchant banker had two sons, Kazim and Iqbal. Useful leg break bowler.
But these two sons only belonged to part of him. One son belonged to his left leg, and the other to his right. For this merchant banker was a man born of many parts, a man created by man, a man without a soul, a man who burnt in the fires of Beelzebub. The villagers were after the merchant banker. They were sorely overwrought and overdrawn.
I was overdrawn, but I didn't care. My partner Miles had been killed earlier that day. So I strolled out at Jerry's bar on the corner of 576th and 829th. I strolled through the bar in the back room. The guys were shooting craps. Hell, you know, what they do for kicks is none of my business. So I said...
Hello, 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 said the booming, merry voice of Bob Cherry. What are you doing here, you frabjous, fat-footling owl? I'm going to get some long bonds and go into gilt, said Bunter. Oh, draw it mild, said Morley, throwing a pin-cushion across the room. Come on, don't be the giddy ox with us. What are you really doing, you fat-foozling, chocolate-snuffling clunker? Well, I don't know, said Bunter, but I think, actually, I'm going to break wind. No!
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think on that intellectual note, I'll introduce a scoring system, and it'll be 18 points for everybody in that game. This next round is called Storytell, and this features Stephen Fry telling a story. So if you'd like to come here ready to tell your story, Stephen. And the others are going to be over there to be brought in as characters in the story. But the story is going to be suggested to us by somebody in the studio audience, so I'll just go and find somebody to embarrass into telling us a story. So you've got a sort of skiing motif on your jumper, so you're obviously somebody who likes wearing skiing motifs on their jumper.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Peter.
Peter, that's all right. It's a perfectly good name. Now, can you give the title of a story for Stephen to tell?
Tarzan and the Lagerlouts.
Tarzan and the Lagerlouts. You've come prepared with that one, haven't
Yeah.
you? It's supposed to be an improvised show. And we want a moral, so... that's what I think. Now, can you think of a moral that this story could illustrate?
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes, perfectly good moral, I'd have thought. So the story is Tarzan and the Lagerlouts, and the moral is don't put your eggs in one basket.
Great.
Okay, Stephen, where you go.
Are you Sea Constable? Then I'll begin. Deep, deep in the jungle, just off Junction 7 of the M4, Tarzan moved across the savannah. He mouthed erotically.
It's ever so hot in the jungle. I could really vow to the lollies of them monkeys up there.
Jane swung casually in.
Oh, Lord, look at the man.
Hello, Tarzan. Sorry about that. I feel a bit tipsy.
Oh, look at the state of your hair. Don't you do anything with it? Look at it. It's all over the place.
Well, Cheetah does it for me. What do you expect? I'm here done by a bleeding monkey.
She said crossly.
Oh, I've got a terrible headache. I don't know what to do.
Oh, why can't you be like the Tarzan in all the storybooks? Why can't you be a bit more butch?
It's not a butch at all. It's all rubbish.
But it was 9 o'clock in the evening, and the pubs of Aylesbury were beginning to empty.
Get out. This is Fenchurch Street.
Said this fine, upstanding pride of the home counties. Suddenly, and really without any warning at all...
Excuse me.
vomited.
You can have that later. Do you want a lager, by the way? Sorry, I'm being very rude.
I'll try one.
You're very common, aren't you?
Tarzan's patience was beginning to wear thin. He decided to kick the Lagerlout very hard in the stomach.
Oh, just sit down over here if you don't mind.
But he did so all the same, though the Lagerlout was sitting down. And the Lagerlout caught first one leg of Tarzan's, which he held in his... and then the other he caught. And the moral of the story is don't put all your legs in one basket.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, very good.
Well, that bizarre combination of Tarzan with Round the Horn, brilliantly acted by everybody. I think 10 points there, but for that brilliant ending there, Stephen, I think you deserve a bonus, so a half point extra for you. Now, this next game is called the World's Worst, and everybody plays part in this, so if you like, or takes part in it, if you'd like to come forward on the World's Worst step there, ready to step forward with the world's worst person, or world's worst thing to say when being introduced to a member of the royal family. So just as you think of them, I'll buzz when I've got the idea. World's worst person to be or thing to say.
Hello, you're still living in the 50s. How extraordinary. Cigarette?
What's some skull on that bit?
Sorry. I didn't say that. No, it's odd. In fact, I didn't say that. It's very odd. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You look taller on spitting image.
Oh, hello, Prince Charles. I wonder if you'd like to be invited to our annual Christmas dinner. I'm a member of the Architects Association.
Yeah, it's really funny what happened to the Romanovs. There's blood everywhere. Went down in this basement. Really sad.
That reminds me, I must buy a stamp.
No, we have met before, actually. It was the Widmore Club, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry, Your Majesty, I won't curtsy if you don't mind. I've got a cold and I'm dripping from every orifice.
Is it that you do breathe and don't go to the toilet, or is it the other way round?
Majesty.
Really, this is a sort of middle-class German family, really, aren't they?
That's so good. Let's stop it there, and I'll... Yeah, oh, no, applaud if you want to. But for some reason, I need a few minutes to add up the points on this particular round, which gives them time to show some adverts to you, so back soon. Yes. Yeah, they were fantastic. What a fantastic set of ads. So 24 points to everybody for that last round. Now, this next round is called props, and in this one they divide into pairs again, and I want to give you, John and Stephen, this item. And you've got to come up with many different ideas of ways of using that item. As we rotate the other pairing of Josie and N. It's slightly difficult to get out, but... that's your item.
What are you doing with that?
I've no idea. It doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. So we'll buzz between the two pairs. Many different ideas you can think of. Away you go, Stephen and John. You go first.
Matron, I was playing Frisbee and...
Yes? You threw it really hard.
No, I don't want much of a nose job, really. I was just a little bit off the end.
And in the summer, Saturn will proceed all the way around. All the way around. It'll come back for the winter solstice. And now we're going to talk to another maniac, Raymond.
Sunrise early in the morning.
Well, I was lying around in the rubble for ages, and then he just dug me up. You know what I mean?
My problems all started the day my father told me he was about to marry a ginormous grub.
Come closer, Mishton. Closer to the silly piece of plastic we have in the centre of the studio to indicate some faraway hypothetical century. Have you been on Blake 7 before?
And how many of these are in the packet? It had to happen.
And it's enormous! It's huge! It's a huge throw from Fatima!
Well, a very convincing javelin, I must say. Oh, you finished. Yes, it is you. Yes, sorry.
Oh, me, woman! Me, woman!
Fatima.
Try and keep the stomach really firm. And just don't try and do too much at once. If you've got a partner who's prepared to copulate with you, then that's all things. That's right. Like that. Don't try and do too much at once. It's the main thing. Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
No, trust me, it's a revolution in endoscopy. It's fine. We'll have a look and see what's down there, shall we?
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Oh, I see it. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. All right. I think I'll just leave that there. Well, that's easily the best props we've had ever, and 1 point each. Now, the next round is called Different Games are played in this round, starting with John and N. And you're going to play a game called Couples. So could you come forward to play Couples? And we're going to give you a situation to improvise in, and we want a sort of variety of different couples who might be doing it. We'll start you off. I'm going to start you off with one, and then we'll get suggestions from the audience as we go along. So your situation to improvise is...
It's a funny physical gag. You've done a lot in the vaudeville, you know what I mean?
Funny walking.
Well, now we've settled on. A fortune teller and the customer who's gone to have their fortune told. Start you off with the pair doing it as Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier. Okay, and if you could be ready with some suggestions like sort of David Steele, David Owen, Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, things like that. Just ready, one clear suggestion from somebody when I buzz. So starting off, Dustin Hoffman and Laurence Olivier, fortune teller and client.
Dustin, we're going to do this picture. What's it called? Marathon bar or something? Tell me if I'm going to act you off the frigging stage, baby. I'm sure
let me look at this crystal ball here.
Yes, it's one of yours, isn't it?
We're going to make a movie called Made in Taiwan.
No, they're going to make a movie called Very Short Italian-Looking Sweaty Actor Worrying Too Much About Things That Brilliant People Do Naturally!
Oh, no. I don't think so.
Okay, so we're going to have another pair to be doing... Edward Fox and Donald Sinden. Well, there's a real wacky suggestion for these two, but...
Would you like the cards, or
Yes, I'll take the cards.
Would you like the clairvoyance? Because I'm very clairvoyant.
Yes, I suppose you are.
So we'll make a choice.
Yes.
No, I've made your choice for you.
Yes.
You want the clairvoyance.
I do.
And you want to make you're going to do a series called
I'm going to do
Edward the Seventh 2.
Now I'm going to do a series called Thank God There's No Nasty Working Class People Around Me Holding Their Knives Like Pencils and Smelling of Turnips.
Okay. No, another pair, please. Sorry, say that again?
Vincent Price and Alec Guinness.
Vincent Price and Alec Guinness. Got some helpers in tonight, I think.
I want to know whether any words on the blackboard of life can be said slower than the way I say them.
Beyond the stars and the universe shalt thou fly. Thou shalt fly to Obi-Wan Knob.
I have been...
Okay, another pairing. Sean Connery and Dame Edna. Where you go?
Dame Edna, Sean Connery. Well, you're going to spend the rest of your life.
It's funny, you know,
the rest as a
Sean.
woman.
Yes, I know.
Which, and something else is coming through here.
You've got a very hairy bum, haven't you, Sean? Very hairy bum, and I think you're a little bit conscious of the fact you've not got as much hair as you'd like to have, darling.
I think I forgot to put my
please.
trousers on this morning.
Yes.
Sorry? Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble. At least a genuine pairing at last.
Hiya, Fred.
Hey, Barney. You're gonna have a hard day today. You got to mow the lawn and let's get away from the girls.
Okay, but what about Wilma? Do you think Wilma's like us with little black dots instead of eyes?
No, Wilma's gonna be reincarnated.
You know what I want to know? Look in the crystal ball and say, why when we bend over, don't you ever see our balls coming out from underneath those funny little short things we wear?
Because we're not Sean Connery, that's why.
Okay, all right. Another pair. Reagan and Gorbachev. Where you go?
You be Reagan. Well, you know, I can see a kind of
England
bright...
swings like a pendulum. Hobbies on bicycles 2 by 2.
Let's end on that. Thank you very much.
What happened to fortune telling?
Well,
just making impersonations.
Oh. Truly spectacular, and 43 points that deserves. So it's going to get 22. Right, now the next game features Jesse and Stephen, and they're going to be playing a game called Wrong Theme Tune. What we'll get them to do is to improvise the beginning of a program, television program. I'd like to come forward to do it. And the program we'd like you to do is a documentary on contraception, okay? But in the style of the theme tune, which you're going to hear now, just played in for you now.
Hello! It was absolutely terrifying. But I remembered how Martin told me to strap it on, and I clung on for dear life.
John, we're going to show them a few things they can do, aren't we?
That's right. Now, do remember, if possible,
I don't know what the current lots sound like, I'm afraid.
Get down, Shep.
I was in bed by 5 o'clock, I don't know. The important thing is you do ask your parents' permission. If you're going to go into their room and you're going to borrow some of their sexual apparatus, some of their coils and things like that, they're very delicate, so do ask your mother if you can take it out first. Don't just take it out of your mother's
Yes, John.
uterus.
And also make sure that you don't fornicate on a windowsill or something like that, because it's very dangerous, because you could be humping away and fall off, couldn't you, John?
That's right. And that could very easily have an eye out.
Now we're going to take a look in the Blue Peter garden. And here we see the frogs have been having a wild time, haven't they,
Yes,
John?
those little sellotape condoms didn't really work, did they?
Well,
I'm sorry to say some vandals got in. It was very disappointing. And they took the sellotape off the frogs. Membra virile.
but never mind. Here you can see we did what we saw in the advert that time, and we put a barbed wire fence along the pond to stop the froggies from getting at each other.
And do
It's worked
remember
quite well.
to wear gloves if it's very cold.
Oh yes, rubber gloves.
Because if it's very, very cold and you're handling barbed wire, you can easily get very cold fingers.
Yes, so wear rubber gloves. One nice little point
Useful
for
tip,
Christmas, little thing I've got you, is you can cut the fingers off the rubber gloves and use those for contraception too. I've got a nice little...
Contraception, yes.
sorry.
You may not want a contraception too, but if you do, then that certainly is a pretty handy tip. That's it.
Let's end on that.
If
Thank
you.
you.
Don't mind, I'll keep it.
All right. Well, we'll just end there when we're in at least hailing distance of a taste barrier. 69 points each there. And the next game... Oh, hang on, what is the next game? I've lost my cards. Right, now we get to a game called Rap. This features everybody. And they all love it, don't you? And the idea of this, they just have to make up a rap as they go along on a subject, which we'll get somebody to suggest in a moment. So you'd like to come forward ready to do it. We start with John on this one and work down the line.
Contractions have started.
Yeah. OK, so a nice broad topic for them to... Sheep shearing, that's a great one, yeah. You do sheep generally, you don't have to concentrate just on the shearing. So we helped on this with the drummer. We've got Ginger Baker this week. Take it away, Ginge.
You gotta button the mutton. Say you button the mutton till your mutton is hurting. It looks like Timothy Hurton. You get the mutton, baby. You get your sheep on the clean, and then you can say you can put it in the pastures that are so green.
Yeah.
Black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I said 3 bags full. I said 3 bags full. Get on down, baby. Black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, sheep, pull up to my bumper. Make me a woolly jumper. Ooh, ooh, you're so sheer. I like to have my sheep real near. I go to Australia and see the men they sweat. I like to see them dripping. Yes, it's my favorite bet. I like to watch sheep shearers. I could watch them all day long because I like sheep best of all. Their loins are good and strong.
Mary had a little lamb. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that kind of thing at all. Yes, I'm terribly fond of shearing sheep. Nothing could be clearer. They call me Norma Shearer. I sheep very hard, and then I sheep very hard again. And I sheared a nice little woolly cardigan. But in fact, sheep, rams, lambs, and ewes are rather make very attractive blouses and other items of clothing. Sheep have a reputation for being stupid, and when it comes to being lovers, I don't think anyone could call them cupid. But sheep are friendly, and sheep are clean. I think you know what I mean. I don't.
OK. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, easily the best rap we've done this evening. So, 2 points each, with a bonus of 1,000 points to Stephen for trying so hard. And that brings us, I'm afraid, to the end of the show, and I total up the points and see, oh yes, well, Stephen has won. And the prize for winning is to read the credits out in a style of my choosing. I'd like you to do it, Stephen, in the style of an American announcer, you know, Quinn Martin production, that sort of thing. So it just remains for me to thank Stephen Fry, Josie Lawrence, N. Rydell, John Sessions, you, the studio audience. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Tonight's episode, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Deadly Affair. This starred Clive Anderson, John Sessions, and Stephen Fry, Josie Lawrence, and N. Rydell. Your title music this evening by Philip Pope. Senior cameraman, Martin Hawkins. Your revision mixer this evening, Roz Story. Tonight's floor manager, Janet Stewart. The costume designer, ladies and gentlemen, selected this evening was John Hibbs. And the production secretary, Wendy Hill. Tonight's production assistant, Helen Gartell. Your production manager was Mary Bell. Your designer was Pip Godner. And the executive producer, Denise O'Donoghue. The production was consumed, eaten, and packaged to your door by Ansett Airlines and Dan Patterson. Thank you.